Course Overview and Investment Objectives. This course introduces the foundational principles of investing in senior housing and assisted living facilities. It outlines the unique characteristics of this real estate sector, emphasizing the blend of healthcare services and hospitality. Understanding these nuances is crucial for navigating the market effectively and making informed investment decisions. We will cover the demographic drivers, operational complexities, and financial models specific to this asset class, providing a holistic view for aspiring and current investors. The course aims to equip participants with a robust framework for evaluating potential opportunities and managing existing assets successfully. It highlights the importance of aligning investment strategies with the evolving needs of the senior population. By the end, learners will possess a comprehensive understanding of the senior housing investment landscape. The primary objective is to provide a comprehensive understanding of the senior housing and assisted living investment landscape. This includes identifying key market trends, analyzing financial performance metrics, and understanding regulatory compliance. Participants will learn to assess the risks and rewards associated with different types of senior living properties. We will also explore various investment strategies, from acquisitions to new developments, and discuss the operational considerations that impact asset value. The course prepares investors to make strategic decisions, optimize property performance, and contribute to the growth of this vital sector. Ultimately, it seeks to foster expertise in a specialized real estate niche with significant social impact. Understanding the senior housing market. The senior housing market is a dynamic sector driven by significant demographic shifts and evolving care needs. It encompasses a range of residential options designed for older adults, often including various levels of support and services. This market differs from traditional residential real estate due to its service-intensive nature and a specific regulatory environment. Investors must recognize the interplay between real estate, healthcare, and hospitality components. The demand for senior housing is projected to grow substantially as the global population ages, creating sustained investment opportunities. Understanding these underlying market forces is critical for predicting future trends and identifying profitable ventures. This sector offers both challenges and immense potential for those who grasp its unique characteristics. Key market drivers include the aging baby boomer generation, increased life expectancies, and a growing preference for community-based living options. These factors contribute to a steady demand for diverse senior living solutions, from independent living to memory care. Economic conditions, healthcare policy changes, and technological advancements also significantly influence market performance. A thorough market analysis involves assessing supply and demand dynamics, competitive landscapes, and local economic indicators. Investors must also consider the specific needs and preferences of the target senior population within a given geographic area. This holistic approach ensures a well-rounded understanding of market viability and potential returns. Types of senior housing facilities. The senior housing market offers a spectrum of facility types, each catering to different levels of independence and care needs. Independent living (IL) communities are designed for active seniors who require minimal assistance, often featuring amenities like dining, social activities, and transportation. Assisted living (AL) facilities provide support with daily activities such as bathing, dressing, and medication management, while promoting resident independence. Memory care (MC) units are specialized environments for individuals with Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia, offering secure settings and tailored programs. Skilled nursing facilities (SNFs), also known as nursing homes, provide 24-hour medical care and rehabilitation services for residents with complex health conditions. Continuing care retirement communities (CCRCs) offer a continuum of care, allowing residents to transition between IL, AL, and SNF levels within the same campus. Understanding these distinctions is crucial for investors to align their strategies with specific market demands and regulatory requirements. Each type presents unique operational models and financial considerations, impacting investment viability and potential returns. Beyond these primary categories, other specialized options exist, such as active adult communities, which are age-restricted but typically offer no care services, and home care services, which bring support directly to a senior's residence. Each facility type has distinct licensing requirements, staffing models, and resident profiles. For instance, IL communities often operate more like hospitality businesses, while SNFs are heavily regulated healthcare providers. Investors must carefully evaluate the local demand for each specific type of care and service. The choice of facility type significantly influences the property's design, operational costs, revenue streams, and overall investment risk. A diversified portfolio might include various types to mitigate risk and capture different market segments. Demographic trends driving demand. The aging global population is the most significant demographic trend fueling the demand for senior housing and assisted living investments. The baby boomer generation, born between 1946 and 1964, is now entering their senior years, creating an unprecedented surge in the 75-plus age demographic. This demographic shift is not confined to a single region, but is a worldwide phenomenon, albeit with varying rates. Increased life expectancies mean people are living longer, often requiring more extensive care services over time. Furthermore, changing family structures and geographical dispersion mean fewer adult children are available to provide full-time care, increasing the reliance on professional senior living solutions. These macro trends create a robust and sustained demand for a diverse range of senior housing options, making it an attractive sector for long-term investment. Understanding the specific age cohorts and their projected growth in target markets is crucial for strategic planning. Beyond sheer numbers, the preferences and financial capabilities of the aging population are also evolving. Today's seniors often seek more amenities, social engagement, and personalized care services than previous generations. They are generally more affluent and health-conscious, expecting higher quality facilities and a wider array of lifestyle options. This shift necessitates innovative facility designs, advanced technology integration, and a focus on wellness programs. Investors must consider these evolving consumer expectations to develop or acquire properties that meet future demand. Analyzing local demographic data, including income levels, health statistics, and cultural preferences, provides valuable insights for tailoring investment strategies. The confluence of increasing numbers and changing expectations creates a complex yet rewarding investment landscape. Market research and feasibility studies. Thorough market research is the cornerstone of any successful senior housing investment. It involves collecting and analyzing data to understand the current supply and demand dynamics within a specific geographic area. Key data points include the existing inventory of senior housing units, occupancy rates, average rental rates, and the competitive landscape. Investors must identify underserved markets or areas with high growth potential, avoiding oversupplied regions. This research helps in determining the optimal type of facility, the appropriate size, and the range of services to offer. Without robust market research, an investment can be based on assumptions rather than factual data, leading to significant risks. Therefore, dedicating ample resources to this initial phase is paramount for informed decision-making and long-term success. A feasibility study takes market research a step further by evaluating the practical viability of a specific project. It assesses whether a proposed senior housing development or acquisition is financially, operationally, and legally sound. Components typically include a detailed financial pro forma, an analysis of development costs, projected revenue streams, and operational expenses. The study also examines zoning regulations, permitting requirements, and potential environmental impacts. Furthermore, it considers the availability of skilled labor and the local healthcare infrastructure. The goal is to identify potential roadblocks and assess the project's ability to generate acceptable returns on investment. A comprehensive feasibility study provides a clear roadmap, highlighting both opportunities and challenges before significant capital is committed. Location analysis and site selection. Strategic location analysis is paramount for the success of any senior housing investment. The chosen site must be easily accessible for residents, their families, and staff. Proximity to essential amenities such as hospitals, medical offices, pharmacies, grocery stores, and retail centers is a critical factor. Good transportation links, including public transit options and major roadways, enhance convenience and appeal. The surrounding neighborhood should be safe, pleasant, and offer a sense of community. Furthermore, visibility and curb appeal play a significant role in attracting prospective residents and their families. A well-located facility can command higher occupancy rates and rental premiums, directly impacting profitability. Therefore, a meticulous evaluation of potential sites is indispensable, considering both current needs and future growth potential. Site selection involves a detailed assessment of specific property characteristics beyond general location. This includes evaluating zoning regulations, which dictate what can be built on a parcel of land and its permitted use. Topography, soil conditions, and environmental factors must be considered to avoid costly construction challenges. The size and shape of the land should accommodate the desired facility type, including ample space for outdoor amenities, parking, and potential future expansion. Access to utilities like water, sewer, electricity, and internet is also crucial. Additionally, a thorough review of local competitive properties helps in understanding market saturation and identifying unique selling propositions. The goal is to find a site that not only meets operational requirements, but also offers a competitive advantage within the market, ensuring long-term value creation. Financial modeling and valuation basics. Effective financial modeling is essential for evaluating the profitability and viability of senior housing investments. It involves creating detailed projections of revenue, expenses, and cash flows over a specific investment horizon, typically 5 to 10 years. Key revenue drivers include occupancy rates, average monthly rents, and ancillary service fees. Expenses encompass staffing, utilities, maintenance, marketing, and property taxes. Models often incorporate sensitivity analyses to assess how changes in key assumptions, such as occupancy or interest rates, impact financial outcomes. This process helps investors understand potential returns, identify risks, and make informed decisions about capital allocation. A robust financial model provides a clear picture of a project's economic potential and helps in securing financing. Valuation techniques are used to determine the fair market value of a senior housing property. The income capitalization approach is commonly employed, where net operating income, NOI, is divided by a capitalization rate, cap rate, to estimate value. NOI is calculated by subtracting operating expenses from gross potential income, accounting for vacancy and credit losses. The cap rate reflects the market's expected rate of return for similar properties and is influenced by factors like risk, interest rates, and market conditions. Another method is the discounted cash flow (DCF) analysis, which projects future cash flows and discounts them back to a present value using a required rate of return. Comparative sales analysis, examining recent transactions of similar properties, also provides valuable benchmarks. Understanding these valuation methods is critical for both acquiring and disposing of senior housing assets at optimal prices. Regulatory environment and compliance. The senior housing and assisted living sector operates within a highly regulated environment, which significantly impacts investment and operational strategies. Regulations vary widely by state and even locality, covering aspects such as licensing, staffing ratios, resident care standards, and facility design. Compliance with these regulations is not optional. It is a prerequisite for operation and directly affects a property's financial performance and reputation. Non-compliance can lead to severe penalties, including fines, loss of license, and legal action, which can devastate an investment. Therefore, investors must conduct thorough due diligence to understand the specific regulatory landscape of their target market. Proactive engagement with legal counsel and regulatory experts is essential to ensure ongoing adherence and mitigate potential risks. Key regulatory bodies often include state departments of health, social services, or aging, depending on the facility type. For example, skilled nursing facilities are subject to more stringent federal and state healthcare regulations, including those from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS. Assisted living facilities typically fall under state-specific licensing requirements. Investors must also be aware of federal laws like the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, which mandates accessibility standards, and HIPAA, which protects resident health information. Understanding these complex layers of regulation is crucial for assessing operational costs, potential liabilities, and the overall feasibility of an investment. A robust compliance program is not just a legal necessity, but a strategic advantage, ensuring quality care and protecting asset value. Acquisition versus development strategies. Investors in senior housing can pursue two primary strategies: acquiring existing properties or developing new ones. Acquisition involves purchasing an operational facility, which offers immediate cash flow and a known track record. This strategy typically entails less development risk and a shorter time to market, making it attractive for investors seeking stable income. Acquisitions may come with existing operational challenges, deferred maintenance, or outdated designs that require significant capital expenditure to address. Due diligence for acquisitions focuses on financial performance, physical condition, and regulatory compliance of the existing asset. Understanding the nuances of the current market and the property's history is crucial for a successful acquisition. The ability to identify undervalued assets with strong turnaround potential is key. Development, on the other hand, involves constructing a new senior housing facility from the ground up. This strategy allows for complete control over design, amenities, and operational efficiencies, enabling investors to build state-of-the-art properties tailored to current market demands. While development offers the potential for higher returns, it also carries greater risks, including construction delays, cost overruns, and market changes during the development phase. It requires extensive planning, permitting, and a longer time horizon before generating revenue. A successful development strategy hinges on accurate market forecasting, strong project management, and a deep understanding of construction processes. Investors must weigh the immediate stability of acquisitions against the long-term value creation potential and higher risk profile of new developments. Debt and equity financing options. Financing is a critical component of any senior housing investment, typically involving a combination of debt and equity. Debt financing involves borrowing money from lenders such as banks, credit unions, or specialized healthcare real estate lenders. Common debt instruments include conventional mortgages, construction loans, and government-backed programs like those offered by HUD. Debt provides leverage, allowing investors to control larger assets with less upfront capital, but it also introduces interest rate risk and repayment obligations. Lenders typically assess the project's cash flow, sponsors' creditworthiness, and property value before approving a loan. Understanding the various debt products and their terms is essential for optimizing capital structure and minimizing financing costs. Strategic debt management can significantly enhance investment returns. Equity financing involves raising capital from investors in exchange for ownership stakes in the property. This can come from private investors, institutional funds, real estate investment trusts, REITs, or private equity firms. Equity holders share in the profits and losses of the investment and typically expect a higher rate of return than debt providers, reflecting their greater risk exposure. Equity can be structured in various ways, including preferred equity, common equity, and joint ventures. Combining debt and equity allows investors to balance risk and return. Leveraging the lower cost of debt while benefiting from the flexibility and growth potential of equity. The optimal mix depends on the project's specific characteristics, market conditions, and the investor's risk appetite. A well-structured capital stack is fundamental to a successful senior housing investment. Public versus private investment vehicles. Senior housing investments can be accessed through both public and private investment vehicles, each offering distinct advantages and disadvantages. Public investment vehicles, such as real estate investment trusts, REITs, specializing in healthcare or senior living, allow investors to gain exposure to a diversified portfolio of properties through publicly traded shares. REITs offer liquidity, professional management, and often provide attractive dividend yields. They are subject to market fluctuations and can be influenced by broader economic trends. Investing in public REITs is generally more accessible for individual investors and provides transparency through regular financial reporting. However, investors have less direct control over individual property decisions and may experience volatility in share prices. Understanding the specific focus and performance history of different REITs is crucial for making informed public market investment decisions. Private investment vehicles, including direct property ownership, private equity funds, and joint ventures, offer greater control and potentially higher returns, but come with reduced liquidity and higher entry barriers. Direct ownership allows investors to fully manage and optimize a single property or a small portfolio, directly benefiting from operational improvements and value creation. Private equity funds pool capital from accredited investors to acquire or develop multiple properties, offering diversification and professional management, but typically requiring substantial minimum investments and longer lockup periods. Joint ventures combine the resources and expertise of multiple partners for a specific project. These private options allow for more tailored strategies and direct influence over asset performance. However, they demand more extensive due diligence and active management. The choice between public and private vehicles depends on an investor's risk tolerance, capital availability, and desired level of control. Risk assessment and mitigation. Investing in senior housing, like any real estate venture, involves inherent risks that must be carefully assessed and mitigated. Market risk includes fluctuations in demand, oversupply in a specific area, or changes in economic conditions that impact affordability. Operational risks encompass challenges related to staffing shortages, regulatory non-compliance, resident care issues, and unexpected maintenance costs. Financial risks involve interest rate volatility, difficulty securing financing, or lower than projected occupancy and revenue. Healthcare policy changes, such as shifts in Medicare or Medicaid reimbursement, can also significantly impact skilled nursing and assisted living facilities. Identifying these potential pitfalls early in the investment process is crucial for developing robust mitigation strategies. A comprehensive risk assessment helps investors understand the full spectrum of challenges. Mitigation strategies are designed to minimize the impact of identified risks. Diversification across different property types, geographic locations, or care levels can reduce market risk. Implementing strong operational protocols, investing in staff training, and maintaining robust compliance programs address operational challenges. Hedging strategies, securing fixed-rate financing, and maintaining adequate reserves can mitigate financial risks. Regular market monitoring and staying abreast of legislative changes are essential for adapting to external factors. Furthermore, comprehensive insurance coverage, including professional liability and property insurance, provides a financial safety net. A proactive approach to risk management, integrating it into every stage of the investment life cycle, is vital for protecting capital and ensuring the long-term success and stability of senior housing assets. This continuous process enhances resilience against unforeseen circumstances. Operational best practices. Effective operational management is paramount for maximizing the value and profitability of senior housing investments. Best practices focus on creating a resident-centric environment that promotes well-being, safety, and engagement. This includes maintaining high standards of cleanliness, providing nutritious and appealing dining options, and offering a diverse range of social and recreational activities. Efficient administrative processes such as resident admissions, billing, and record-keeping are also crucial. Regular maintenance and capital improvements ensure the physical plant remains attractive and functional, preventing deferred maintenance issues. Implementing robust quality assurance programs helps identify areas for improvement and ensures consistent service delivery. Strong operational practices directly contribute to resident satisfaction, which in turn drives occupancy rates and positive word-of-mouth referrals. This focus on excellence is not just about care, but also about financial performance. Beyond resident care, operational best practices extend to financial management and human resources. Implementing stringent budget controls, optimizing staffing levels, and managing supply chains efficiently are critical for cost containment. Leveraging technology for resident management, electronic health records, and facility automation can enhance efficiency and reduce administrative burden. A positive workplace culture, competitive compensation, and ongoing training programs are essential for attracting and retaining qualified staff, which is a significant challenge in the senior care sector. Regular performance reviews and feedback mechanisms ensure accountability and continuous improvement. Ultimately, operational excellence translates into higher occupancy, lower turnover, and stronger financial returns, making it a key driver of investment success. It's about running the facility like a well-oiled machine, while prioritizing human care. Staffing and human resources. Staffing is arguably the most critical operational component in senior housing, directly impacting resident care quality and facility reputation. Attracting, hiring, and retaining qualified and compassionate staff is a perpetual challenge in this sector. Facilities require a diverse team, including nurses, caregivers, activity coordinators, dining staff, maintenance personnel, and administrative support. Competitive compensation, comprehensive benefits, and a supportive work environment are essential for recruitment and retention. Beyond compensation, opportunities for professional development and career advancement can significantly boost staff morale and loyalty. High staff turnover can lead to increased operational costs, reduced quality of care, and negative impacts on resident satisfaction. Therefore, strategic human resource management is not just an administrative function, but a core driver of investment value and operational success. Effective human resource practices extend to robust training programs, performance management, and fostering a positive organizational culture. Initial and ongoing training ensures staff are equipped with the necessary skills for resident care, emergency protocols, and regulatory compliance. Performance reviews provide constructive feedback and identify areas for improvement, aligning individual goals with organizational objectives. Creating a culture of respect, empathy, and teamwork empowers staff and enhances their commitment to residents. Furthermore, implementing clear policies and procedures, along with fair disciplinary actions, maintains a professional and accountable workforce. Investing in human capital is an investment in the quality of care, which directly translates to higher occupancy rates and a stronger financial performance for the senior housing asset. It is the human element that truly differentiates a successful facility. Resident care and services. The quality and breadth of resident care and services are central to the value proposition of any senior housing investment. These services range from basic assistance with daily living activities to complex medical care, depending on the facility type. A high standard of care ensures resident well-being, safety, and satisfaction, which are critical for maintaining high occupancy rates and a positive reputation. This includes personalized care plans, medication management, regular health monitoring, and access to medical professionals. Beyond physical care, facilities must also provide engaging social, recreational, and intellectual activities to promote mental and emotional health. A holistic approach to resident care enhances the overall quality of life and creates a desirable living environment. Investors must understand that care quality is not just a cost center, but a fundamental driver of revenue and asset value. Specialized services such as memory care programs, rehabilitation therapies, and palliative care can further differentiate a facility and attract specific market segments. These services require highly trained staff, specialized equipment, and adherence to stringent regulatory standards. Dining services are also a crucial component, offering nutritious, appealing, and flexible meal options that cater to diverse dietary needs and preferences. Transportation services, housekeeping, and laundry are additional amenities that contribute to resident comfort and convenience. The integration of technology, such as telehealth services or smart home features, can enhance care delivery and resident independence. Investors should evaluate the scope and quality of these services during due diligence, as they significantly impact operational costs, pricing strategies, and competitive positioning. A well-rounded service offering is key to long-term success. Marketing and occupancy strategies. Effective marketing and robust occupancy strategies are vital for the financial success of senior housing investments. High occupancy rates directly translate to higher revenue and profitability. Marketing efforts must target both prospective residents and their adult children, who often play a significant role in decision-making. This involves a multi-channel approach, including digital marketing, local community outreach, professional referrals from healthcare providers, and traditional advertising. Highlighting the unique features, amenities, and quality of care offered by the facility is crucial for differentiation. A strong brand identity and a compelling value proposition are essential for attracting and converting leads. Consistent messaging across all platforms helps build trust and recognition within the target market. Understanding the specific needs and preferences of the local senior population informs tailored marketing campaigns. Occupancy strategies extend beyond initial lead generation to include effective sales processes and resident retention. A well-trained sales team that can articulate the benefits of the community and address concerns is indispensable. Personalized tours, trial stays, and transparent pricing models can help convert prospects into residents. Furthermore, fostering a strong sense of community and providing exceptional resident experiences are key to retention. Satisfied residents are less likely to move and are often the best advocates for the facility, generating valuable word-of-mouth referrals. Regular feedback mechanisms, proactive problem-solving, and continuous improvement of services contribute to resident loyalty. Monitoring key performance indicators like lead-to-tour conversion rates, move-in rates, and resident turnover provides valuable insights for optimizing marketing and occupancy efforts. A holistic approach ensures sustained demand and long-term financial stability for the asset. Licensing and certification requirements. Licensing and certification are fundamental legal requirements for operating senior housing and assisted living facilities, varying significantly by state and facility type. These regulations ensure that facilities meet minimum standards for resident safety, care quality, and operational integrity. For instance, assisted living facilities are typically licensed by state departments of health or social services, covering aspects like staffing ratios, resident admission criteria, and building safety. Skilled nursing facilities often require both state licensing and federal certification to participate in Medicare and Medicaid programs, necessitating adherence to stringent clinical and administrative standards. Failure to obtain and maintain proper licensing and certification can result in severe penalties, including fines, suspension of operations, or even closure. Investors must conduct thorough due diligence to understand these requirements for any target property. The process of obtaining and renewing licenses and certifications is complex and requires meticulous attention to detail. It involves submitting detailed applications, undergoing rigorous inspections, and demonstrating compliance with all applicable regulations. Ongoing compliance is monitored through regular surveys and audits, where deficiencies can lead to corrective action plans or sanctions. Changes in ownership or management often trigger new licensing reviews. Furthermore, Some states require specific certifications for specialized services, such as memory care units. Understanding these requirements is crucial for financial projections, as non-compliance can lead to significant unbudgeted expenses or loss of revenue. A proactive and continuous approach to regulatory adherence is essential for protecting the investment and ensuring the long-term viability of the facility. ADA compliance and accessibility. The Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, is a federal civil rights law that prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities and mandates accessibility standards for public accommodations, including senior housing and assisted living facilities. Compliance with ADA requirements is not merely a legal obligation, but also a critical factor in attracting residents and ensuring their safety and comfort. Key aspects include accessible entrances, ramps, elevators, wider doorways, grab bars in bathrooms, and accessible common areas. These features ensure that residents with mobility impairments or other disabilities can navigate the facility independently and safely. Non-compliance can lead to costly lawsuits, fines, and negative publicity, significantly impacting an investment's value and reputation. Therefore, a thorough assessment of ADA compliance is an essential part of due diligence for any senior housing property. Beyond the physical structure, ADA compliance also extends to communication accessibility, ensuring that residents with visual or hearing impairments can effectively access information and services. This might include providing large print materials, sign language interpreters, or assistive listening devices. For new constructions and major renovations, adherence to the latest ADA accessibility guidelines, ADA-AG, is mandatory. For existing facilities, the ADA requires removal of architectural barriers where readily achievable. Investors must budget for necessary modifications and ensure ongoing compliance through regular audits and staff training. Proactive adherence to ADA standards not only mitigates legal risks, but also enhances the marketability of the property, demonstrating a commitment to inclusivity and high-quality care for all residents. It makes the facility more attractive to a broader demographic of seniors. Resident rights and protections. Protecting resident rights is a fundamental ethical and legal obligation in senior housing and assisted living facilities. Various federal and state laws, along with facility policies, are in place to ensure residents are treated with dignity, respect, and have control over their care decisions. These rights typically include the right to privacy, the right to participate in care planning, the right to be free from abuse and neglect, and the right to voice grievances without fear of retaliation. Facilities are legally required to inform residents of their rights upon admission and to uphold these rights throughout their stay. Violations of resident rights can lead to severe legal consequences, reputational damage, and significant financial penalties. Investors must ensure that any property they acquire or develop has robust policies and training programs in place to safeguard these protections. This commitment to resident well-being is paramount. Key protections also include the right to manage one's own finances, the right to choose one's own physician, and the right to receive visitors. For residents with cognitive impairments, facilities must ensure that surrogate decision-makers are properly identified and involved in care planning, always acting in the resident's best interest. Transparency in contracts, fees, and services is also a critical aspect of resident protection. Preventing exploitation or misunderstanding. Regular staff training on resident rights, abuse prevention, and ethical conduct is essential for fostering a culture of respect and accountability. Implementing clear grievance procedures and having an accessible ombudsman program further empowers residents to advocate for themselves. Upholding these rights is not only a legal necessity, but also a core component of providing high-quality, person-centered care, which ultimately enhances the facility's reputation and long-term investment value. It creates a trustworthy and caring environment. Healthcare regulations, e.g., HIPAA, senior housing facilities, particularly those offering assisted living or skilled nursing services, are subject to a complex web of healthcare regulations. These regulations are designed to ensure the quality of care, patient safety, and the protection of sensitive health information. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, is a federal law that establishes national standards to protect individuals' medical records and other personal health information. Facilities must implement robust policies and procedures to ensure the privacy and security of resident data, including electronic health records. Non-compliance with HIPAA can result in significant civil and criminal penalties, reputational damage, and loss of trust. Investors must ensure that any senior housing asset has a comprehensive HIPAA compliance program in place, including regular staff training and secure data management systems. This is a non-negotiable aspect of operating in the healthcare adjacent sector. Beyond HIPAA, other healthcare regulations may apply depending on the level of care provided. For skilled nursing facilities, federal regulations from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, govern everything from staffing levels and quality measures to resident assessment and care planning. State-specific regulations often dictate medication administration, infection control protocols, and emergency preparedness for all types of licensed senior living. Understanding these intricate regulatory requirements is crucial for operational planning, budgeting, and risk management. Changes in healthcare policy can directly impact reimbursement rates and operational costs, affecting profitability. Therefore, investors need to stay informed about the evolving regulatory landscape and ensure that facilities maintain continuous compliance. A strong regulatory compliance framework is essential for mitigating legal and financial risks and maintaining the long-term viability of the investment. Key Performance Indicators, KPIs. Key Performance Indicators, KPIs, are crucial metrics for evaluating the operational and financial health of senior housing investments. Monitoring these indicators allows investors and operators to track performance, identify trends, and make data-driven decisions. Critical operational KPIs include occupancy rate, average length of stay, resident turnover rate, and lead-to-tour conversion rates. Financial KPIs encompass net operating income, NOI, revenue per occupied unit, REVPOR, operating margin, and debt service coverage ratio, DSCR. Quality of care metrics, such as resident satisfaction scores, incident rates, and staff turnover, are also vital, as they directly impact reputation and occupancy. A comprehensive dashboard of these KPIs provides a holistic view of the asset's performance. Regular analysis of these metrics is essential for proactive management and value optimization. Analyzing KPIs over time helps in benchmarking performance against industry averages and competitive properties. For example, a declining occupancy rate might signal a need to re-evaluate marketing strategies or service offerings. A high staff turnover rate could indicate issues with workplace culture or compensation, requiring human resource interventions. Understanding the drivers behind each KPI allows for targeted improvements. For instance, increasing RevPOR might involve optimizing pricing strategies or introducing new ancillary services. Furthermore, KPIs are essential for reporting to investors and lenders, demonstrating accountability and progress. Integrating KPI tracking into daily operations fosters a culture of continuous improvement and ensures that the facility remains competitive and financially sound. This data-driven approach is fundamental to long-term investment success in the senior housing sector. Revenue generation and cost management. Optimizing revenue generation and meticulously managing costs are critical for the profitability and sustainability of senior housing investments. Revenue primarily comes from resident fees, which are determined by the level of care, unit size, and included amenities. Strategies to maximize revenue include optimizing pricing structures, implementing ancillary services like therapy or transportation, and maintaining high occupancy rates through effective marketing and sales. Understanding market demand allows for dynamic pricing adjustments. Furthermore, exploring opportunities for partnerships with healthcare providers can create additional revenue streams. A proactive approach to revenue enhancement ensures the facility captures its full earning potential. It's not just about filling beds, but about providing value that residents are willing to pay for. Effective cost management involves controlling operational expenses without compromising the quality of care or resident satisfaction. Major cost categories include staffing, food services, utilities, maintenance, and insurance. Implementing energy-efficient systems, negotiating favorable vendor contracts, and optimizing staffing schedules can significantly reduce expenses. Technology can play a crucial role in cost control, such as automated systems for inventory management or predictive maintenance. Regular auditing of expenses helps identify inefficiencies and areas for improvement. Balancing cost containment with quality of care is a delicate act, as cutting corners can negatively impact reputation and occupancy. A detailed budget, regular financial reporting, and a culture of fiscal responsibility are essential for achieving strong financial performance. This dual focus on increasing income and controlling outflows is fundamental to maximizing investment returns. Asset management and value creation. Effective asset management is crucial for maximizing the long-term value of senior housing investments. This involves a strategic approach to overseeing the property's performance, physical condition, and market positioning. Asset managers work to identify opportunities for value creation, such as implementing capital improvement projects that enhance resident experience or operational efficiency. This could include renovating common areas, upgrading technology infrastructure, or expanding specialized care units. Regular market analysis helps in repositioning the asset to meet evolving demographic demands or competitive pressures. The goal is to ensure the property remains attractive, competitive, and generates optimal returns throughout its life cycle. Proactive asset management protects and enhances the investment's equity. Value creation strategies extend beyond physical improvements to include optimizing operational performance and financial structure. This involves working closely with property management teams to improve occupancy rates, control expenses, and enhance resident satisfaction. Renegotiating vendor contracts, implementing energy-saving initiatives, and leveraging technology for better management can all contribute to increased net operating income, NOI. Furthermore, strategic refinancing can reduce debt costs and free up capital for further investment. Asset managers also monitor regulatory changes and market trends to anticipate future challenges and opportunities. Ultimately, successful asset management transforms a property into a high-performing asset, ready for a profitable exit strategy when the time is right. It's about continuously enhancing the property's appeal and financial health. Exit strategies and disposition. Developing a clear exit strategy is as important as the initial investment decision in senior housing. An exit strategy outlines how and when an investor plans to divest from a property to realize returns. Common exit strategies include selling the property to another investor, a larger portfolio, or a real estate investment trust, REIT. The timing of the sale is crucial, often aligning with market cycles, property stabilization, or the expiration of a fund's investment horizon. Factors influencing the choice of exit strategy include market conditions, the property's performance, and the investor's financial goals. A well-executed exit strategy maximizes capital gains and ensures a smooth transition of ownership. Failing to plan for an exit can lead to suboptimal returns or prolonged holding periods. Disposition involves the actual process of selling the senior housing asset. This typically includes preparing the property for sale, conducting a thorough valuation, marketing the asset to potential buyers, and negotiating the sale terms. Due diligence from the buyer's perspective will be extensive, covering financial performance, operational history, regulatory compliance, and physical condition. Engaging experienced brokers and legal counsel specializing in senior housing transactions is essential to navigate the complexities of the sale process. Investors should aim to present a well-maintained, high-performing asset with transparent financials to attract the best offers. Understanding the current buyer pool and their investment criteria is also vital for successful disposition. A strategic and well-prepared disposition process ensures that the investor realizes the full value created during their ownership period, completing the investment cycle profitably. Technology integration in senior living. Technology integration is rapidly transforming the senior living sector, offering innovative solutions to enhance resident care, improve operational efficiency, and increase market appeal. Smart home technologies, such as voice-activated assistants, automated lighting, and fall detection sensors, can promote resident independence and safety. Telehealth and remote monitoring systems enable residents to access medical consultations and health tracking from their rooms, reducing the need for frequent hospital visits. Wearable devices can monitor vital signs and activity levels, providing valuable data for personalized care plans. These technological advancements not only improve the quality of life for residents, but also provide caregivers with better tools and insights, leading to more efficient and effective care delivery. Investors should consider the potential for technology to drive value and differentiate properties. Beyond resident-facing technologies, operational technologies are also crucial for modern senior living facilities. Electronic health records (EHR) streamline documentation, improve communication among care teams, and ensure regulatory compliance. Facility management software can optimize maintenance schedules, energy consumption, and security systems. Staff communication platforms enhance coordination and responsiveness. Furthermore, virtual reality (VR) and augmented reality (AR) are emerging as tools for resident engagement, offering immersive experiences and cognitive stimulation. Investing in scalable and user-friendly technology infrastructure is essential for staying competitive and meeting the evolving expectations of future residents and their families. A well-integrated technology strategy can lead to significant operational savings, improved resident outcomes, and a stronger market position, making it a key component of a forward-looking investment plan. Future of senior housing investments. The future of senior housing investments is characterized by continued growth, innovation, and an increasing focus on personalized, holistic care. Demographic trends, particularly the aging of the baby boomer generation, will sustain strong demand for diverse senior living options for decades to come. Investors can expect to see further specialization in facility types, catering to specific health conditions, cultural preferences, or income levels. The integration of advanced technology, from AI-powered care management systems to virtual reality for resident engagement, will become standard. Sustainability and environmentally friendly designs will also gain prominence, appealing to a new generation of eco-conscious seniors. These evolving demands will shape new investment opportunities and require flexible, forward-thinking strategies. The sector is poised for significant transformation, offering exciting prospects for informed investors. Future investment strategies will likely emphasize partnerships between healthcare systems and senior living providers, creating integrated care models that offer a seamless continuum of services. There will be a greater focus on wellness and preventative care, moving beyond just managing illness. Financial models may evolve to include more value-based care components and innovative payment structures. Furthermore, the workforce challenge will necessitate creative solutions, including increased automation and new training programs to attract and retain talent. Investors who prioritize adaptability, embrace technological advancements, and commit to delivering high-quality, person-centered care will be best positioned for success. The senior housing sector will continue to be a resilient and impactful investment class, driven by fundamental human needs and demographic imperatives. It represents a long-term opportunity for both financial returns and social good.